Yeah.
We got London on the track.
This is all God's doing, man, you can't plan it. But if the devil's in the details, then I'm satanic.
People's kid, how we doing? It's your boy Kobe back from another video, and as always, I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Quick update on everything. I just want to thank everybody again for the support on TPK. Truly appreciate everybody who watches the videos and everybody who likes the videos before even watching. I really do appreciate that. So shout out to you guys. Also, some of you may know this, but I'm starting a new channel, and this channel is going to be called TPK Biz. This is going to be dealing with anything that has to do with business. It could be ranging in the sports industry. It could be ranging in the tech industry. I really have no boundary for what I want to do with it. So if you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to comment below. Really excited to get started on this new project. So I will let you guys know exactly when the first video is up or is in the works. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Anyways, getting back on track, today's video I'm going to discuss the one and only John Wall of the Washington Wizards and explain why I believe he has a strong case for the NBA's Most Valuable Player award. Now obviously I can't predict the future, and there are many factors that could derail this opinion, but I believe I have 3 compelling reasons as to why DC's heart and soul could hoist up the MVP trophy at season's end. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 3. The Wizards can potentially contend for the top seed in the Eastern Conference. In discussing the reasons as to why Wall and the Wizards are poised to compete atop the East, there is no better place to start than reviewing how they finished in the 2016-2017 season. After starting the year off horrendously by losing twice as many games as they won in their first 18 games, Washington completely put that in reverse by going 42-21 the rest of the way to grab the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Although there were several factors that contributed to their success, Wall alongside his partner in crime Bradley Beal led the resurgence by combining to average nearly 50 points between the two of them. More importantly, however, Wall's leadership and ability to set his teammates up became a winning formula for the Wizards on the offensive side of the ball. So with very little changes made to the team for the upcoming season, it is not a stretch to think the Wizards will pick off from where they left off as one of the more competitive teams in the East. And as it relates to Wall's MVP chances, the importance of performing well on a winning team is one of the major requirements to get your name floated around among the voters. Not only this, the fact that the Eastern Conference has been decimated by star players being traded to play for teams in the West makes the path to the top of the East for Wall and the Wizards much more possible. Currently, if we take a look at the preseason over-under win totals for the East teams provided by Vegas, it looks like Washington is tied for 4th with the Bucks at 47.5, while behind the Raptors at 48.5, and the Cavs and Celtics who are at 53.5 and 56.5 respectively. Now I'm not a betting man, but the 56.5 over-under for the Celtics screams out to me here as an outlier, and I would be shocked to see them hit over that total. In reality, I think it is fair to say that all 5 of these teams can win the East when taking into account Cleveland's disinterest in pursuing the number 1 seed at the risk of injuring their players. Even if the Wiz don't manage to finish atop the standings, as long as Wall performs while his team manages to nab 50 games in the win column, he will be on the short list of guys to do so as the unquestioned number 1 option. Number 2. He quietly entered his prime last year, but will probably improve again. There is nothing like a bold statement to get you guys up in arms and into the comment section. Well, whether you like it or not, John Wall is one of, if not the best floor general in the entire NBA. The fact that he is not brought up more in the discussion of best point guards with the likes of Curry, Westbrook, and even Chris Paul speaks to how underrated he has been for some time. Of course, Wall has always been a pass-first type of point guard, but last season he made major strides as a scorer. Just from glancing at his point per game averages over the course of his career, you can see he made a 16% jump in his scoring in the 2016-2017 season. How exactly did he do that? Well, with another quick glance, you can see he shot about 2 more free throws per contest and really just 1 more field goal attempt on average. In truth, it wasn't that Wall was incredibly more aggressive trying to score the ball, but he just managed to pick his spots better and smarter. As players who are entering their prime lock in on fixing their remaining bad habits, John managed to cut out some of his low percentage shots from just a season before. In another great example of stats telling the story, Wall decreased his 3-point attempts by over 5% and long twos right in front of the 3-point line by over 7%. Instead of taking less shots, however, Wall actually increased his shots in the paint by exactly 9%. Therefore, despite shooting nearly the same percentage from every spot on the court from a year before, John improved on his field goal percentage by nearly 3% because he was taking better shots more frequently. Now, before I lose you guys with all the math, understand this is the formula on how the elite players in the league become even better year after year. Evident from his decision to cut back on the shots that don't play to his strengths, Wall is now more than ever honing in on what makes him special as a scorer. At just 27 years old, it must be a scary thought for opponents on what he will do from here. Number 1. The MVP narrative for Wall will never be more favorable than right now. Getting back to the discussion of how many star players in the league find themselves in a new spot, there is something refreshing about seeing familiar faces on the same team for fans across the NBA. Over the summer, Wall and the Wizards agreed to a 4-year, $170 million contract extension, a move that will keep him in DC for quite possibly the rest of his career. Apart from John and his family never having to worry about money again, there is always a feel-good narrative around a player and a team who have committed to each other and are finding success. As other teams are figuring out the gelling process over the first few months of the season, Wall will have an opportunity to strike early in the MVP race as someone who knows exactly what his team will need for him to compete. Taking this a bit further, the other pieces of the Wizards core can also play a factor in strengthening John's case. For example, while I am sure both Scott Brooks and Washington's front office are thrilled with Otto Porter Jr.'s improvement from last year, there is still a question on how much better he can get. Without taking away from Porter, a lot of his development was undoubtedly due to Wall's ability to set him up in the right areas in the offense. If Porter or any other Wizard player improves dramatically alongside a player who finished only behind Russell Westbrook and James Harden in assist percentage in 2017, I think more voters will start to truly consider Wall as one of the few players in the league that makes his teammates better and can garner more consideration. Finally, and what I think is arguably as important as on-the-court stardom, Wall's potential to build a star presence around the league in 2018 has never been stronger. As it stands, John is probably the best player in the NBA right now without a signature sneaker deal, and that will most likely change sooner than later, thus bringing him more exposure outside his local market in DC. Combine this with a watered-down Eastern Conference in terms of star power, and John is carrying some major ammo on his hunt for the trophy. So while there are obviously plenty of candidates you can choose to predict to be awarded MVP honors right now, it is hard to not like Wall as one of, if not the favorite to win Most Valuable Player in the 2017-2018 season. Anyways guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me hear who you think is the favorite to win MVP to enter the season. Again, make sure to check out my new channel. It's coming soon. I will make sure to keep you guys posted on when new videos are coming for that. But with that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.